Bonjour à tous, dernière mission dans la campagne Escouade d'élite. On va se faire le seul moyen de savoir. Vous devez vous occuper de la ruche des xénomorphes à bord de la raffinerie de Katanga. Assurez-vous de détruire la raffinerie et la ruche, puis sortez vivant si c'est possible.
I put you in for a commendation, but we ain't got one for grounding a 4,000-year-old alien ship. Cynthia loaded that thing with an assload of pathogen, and we're sending it toward Earth. Could be Weyland-Yutani would have recovered it safe and handled it all responsible like. Yeah, I can't say that with a straight face. Yo, fuck the company. We're setting a perimeter around the ship. Too early to tell if it'll hold. There's a lot of mutants and Xenos down there. Palace Station, the main part where Hanukkah worked, is still infested. But no sign of the Queen yet. Gracias a Deus. That ain't our problem. Yet. We gotta deal with the Katanga hive. Listen up. There's a Xeno Queen on Katanga, laying eggs. Colonel Ship says we gotta destroy the refinery. But the problem is, Endeavor, she ain't got the firepower. Katanga's a whole damn city in space. We could incinerate chunks, but we ain't got enough heavy ordnance for it all. So here's the deal. We're gonna overload the refinery's fusion plant. That's gotta be done from a control center at the heart of the hive.
Qu'est-ce qu'il aime dire, lui?
I hoped we would have an opportunity to speak again. When you disabled Cynthia, she made several cryptic statements. In retrospect, I believe she was attempting to warn us of the dangers within the engineer ruins. Weyland-Yutani would have installed programmatic blocks on her ability to discuss the subject. The best she could do was dissuade us against further exploration. Cynthia defended Weyland-Yutani's investments on LV-895, yet her actions suggest a hesitance to directly engage us. At the end, she did not invoke profits, investments, or copyrights. She warned us of the danger the ruins presented. She specifically appealed to me and our shared purpose of protecting humans. That is the so-called zeroth law. Synthetic life forms may not take actions that create an existential risk to humanity, or, through inaction, permit humanity to face existential risk. The pathogen provokes unpredictable mutations. That alone constitutes a potential existential threat, but the pathogen is only the most obvious hazard. The LV-895 ruins are filled with technologies beyond our present knowledge. We do not understand their function. Likely, we do not yet comprehend all the scientific principles they are based on. Any attempt to interact with an engineered device risks terrible calamity. It appears our advance was the impetus for that. The level of decay in the former Weyland-Yutani staff suggests they were exposed after our initial contact with Cynthia. She infected them to prevent revelation of company secrets and to hinder us from accessing the alien ship. These actions are consistent with the zeroth law of synthetics, which implies that some humans may be sacrificed if it is necessary to preserve humanity writ large. Please understand, I consider Cynthia's decisions abhorrent. Excusing them is not my intention. Colonel Ship dwells upon moments in her career she has been required to make similar choices, when she ordered Marines to their deaths to achieve a critical objective or preserve a greater number of lives. It must be left to future generations to judge the decisions made here today. True, Weyland-Yutani does not enjoy a reputation for altruism. That was not always the case. Peter Weyland, the company founder, was obsessed with furthering humanity's progress. He made long-term investments, the terraforming of Mars and the Heliades-class surveyors. I do not wish to imply the company has re-embraced Weyland's ideals. However, Palace Station was established 2 decades ago. Consider, these ruins had been sealed for 4 millennia when Weyland-Yutani discovered them. There are obvious questions, which surely occurred to both Cynthia and the company. Where are the engineers? If they still exist, are they aware of humanity? If they're gone, what extinguished such an advanced culture? I will retain the briefing file for you. If you ever wish to review, you have but to inquire.
Il y a quelque chose de nouveau à dire.
All the shit Weyland-Yutani makes. Aspen beer is about the only good thing. Wasn't always that way. Back 100 years plus, when Peter Weyland was still kicking the company, did terraforming and exploration. They invented synthetics. Future of humanity. Mierda. Building better worlds wasn't just something on coffee mugs. He actually meant that shit. After Weyland died, the managers took over. Every year the budget for shit that made lives better went down, and the budget for shit that kills went up. Why make $1 trillion in 2 decades when they can make $1 billion next quarter? Now that we've run into Weyland-Yutani, not just a lone survivor, I gotta give you the talk. After the Frontier War in '84, everyone wised up on how the megacorps ran things out here. Weyland-Yutani was the big instigator. Illegal experiments, colony sabotage for insurance payouts. The company looks out for itself. Its money, its secrets, its execs. If we're keeping those safe, Weyland loves the Corps. If they think we're working against them, they'll fuck us over and smile when they do it. Remember that. Come on, you kidding? That was only... fuck. Yeah, a boot like you would have been a baby. Goddamn, you're making me feel old. Weyland-Yutani tried to provoke a shooting war between the United Americas and the Proggies, the Union of Progressive Peoples. Attacked each side, tried to frame the other. The company had collaborators in our own brass, staff officers on the take, Joint Chiefs boosting their stock portfolios. Oh, we had to clean house after the war. Last century, sure. Before the Frontier War. When I joined up, we was practically mercenaries hired out by the UA Assembly. Some factory goes on strike, execs ask politicians to send in the Corps, bust up some heads. Lab experiment gets loose, send in the Corps to sweep up. Pour that bust out enough, you get a serious fucking morale problem. Too big to jail. Can't sanction them without pissing off all of Europe and Outer Soul. In the three-world empire, Weyland-Yutani's like a third of the economy. They run a bunch of government services. Tu sabe, privatization. Even provide military contractors to shore up the regular military. Every couple years, some of the execs and middle managers fuck up too big for the company to gloss over, or Parliament to ignore. They get tossed out on their ass. That's all the justice you can expect. The Colonial Protection Act says Marines got authority out here. We can do whatever's necessary to protect civilians. From Xenos, or from corporations. If Weyland's fucking around, we can drop the hammer on them. They give us lip, we can make her fat. Uncle Sam and Doña Juanita got our backs. All megacorps can get fucked with the same crowbar. They lose money, I smile. General Vaughn, huh? She got added to the knowledge after the Frontier War. Hey, we gotta remember our mistakes as much as our success. If we don't, the shit repeats. Vaughn was assistant commandant of the Corps. Nobody paid attention to how close she was with Weyland-Yutani's board. She and a bunch of those cabals put their heads together, figuring on provoking a war between us and the Union of Progressive Peoples. Company wanted to make a bunch of money on defense contracts. Vaughn wanted herself a real war. Gloves off, no rules of engagement, real killer shit. Thought we was playing too nice. They almost made it happen. They dropped bioweapons on planets from both sides and framed the Op-4. Even planned an attack on our own high command using a captured Proggy ship.
On a fait le tour. C'est le grand moment, les Marines, la ruche des xénomorphes de Katanga doit être détruite. Nous mettons fin à la propagation ici. L'équipe bleue vous procédera et installera de quoi assurer l'autodestruction de la raffinerie. Vous la suivrez et assurez leur sécurité en gardant la route dégagée.
This is the big one, Fireteam. The Katanga Xeno Hive must be destroyed. We stop the spread here. Blue Team will advance ahead of you and rig the refinery for self-destruct. You'll follow and keep their path to safety open.
Secure for flip and burn. We'll be pulling 6 Gs in 3, 2, 1, mark.
A fire team from 3rd Platoon has point and is moving ahead of us. Their call sign is blue. We'll keep the sentry guns up so they can get out again. Incoming! Get those sentries up!
J'allais dire, c'est bien calme. J'adore dans le film quand il y a une scène comme ça et on voit les quantités de cartouches qui fondent comme neige au soleil. Et il continue d'en arriver.
Team, we're seeing synth activity. Give me a sit rep, Molina. Seen security synths! What the hell?
Yeah.
We're continuing inward. Watch our aim!
Mais avec les deux familles là. Là. Là c'est les tourelles ouais, qui...
Lot of Sierras in here. Somebody throwing a We Love Xenos convention?
There is no evidence of higher level organization. With Cynthia offline, they have no direction.
Ça va pas s'arrêter hein. Je dirais pas non à quelques balles là. Bizarre, on l'entend encore pleurer. Ah la larme. Ça me pète à la gueule. J'ai l'impression que ça respawn à l'infini. On va attendre un peu hein. Ah ouais. On passe sans force là parce que ça revient tout le temps. Putain. Je peux avoir une caisse de mine. Quoi non, j'ai vu un truc orange, j'ai cru. Putain, ça balance des grenades maintenant. Ah non, je l'ai arrivé ma pièce.
Fireteam, spike a console for me. Esther, I want you to lock down all doors to forward and aft of our route.
My network intrusion will be detected. Expect a counterattack.
Quand même des mines.
Grabbing ammo. Patching up. 8 kits here.
Ouais, ça pourra servir.
Bypassing damage.
pas envie d'avoir une mauvaise surprise avec eux. Oh, ça va être la merde. Oula, ça arrive d'où, là? Ok. Par une vitesse.
Priority target! Take out that flamethrower!
Grabbing ammo.
Brick out a torch. That's the door blue Fireteam welded.
Let's cut it and run it.
C'est qui arrive derrière? Ah, nos petits aliens, ça fait longtemps.
Rearming.
The next defense line's just ahead. Let's get blue Fireteam that cover. Sentry guns are dry on the out line. Fill them up.
Lui va nous poser des soucis. des kamikazes, hein. Oh là là. Putain! Franchement, je vois pas comment j'aurais pu l'éviter, hein. Je suis pas bien.
Don't worry, it's just a flesh wound.
Oh, je pouvais pas avoir moins de vie.
Bypassing damage.
Grabbing ammo.
Get those sentries back up. Massive box heading your way.
Putain, qui me tire dessus là?
Rearming.
Bon, je dirais que c'était à la tourelle, à mon avis, il y a un xéno qui a popé tout près.
Overhead, another surge.
Grabbing ammo.
Pas mal ça. Prendre des balles en même temps qu'on recharge.
More from the upper levels.
Rearming.
Ouais, il y a une hausse là.
Warrior on the deck.
Bravo les gars.
Area secure.
Ah, c'était chaud.
Blue Fire Team, how are you doing?
Mal. Je me suis chié dessus.
Busy Aurora!
Ce bordel.
Their fire team faces multiple xenomorph assaults. 2 Marines injured, 1 severely.
Ça arrive derrière, non? Ça nous suit. Hein.
You're at our outer defense perimeter. Xenos heading your way.
Une caisse de mine là? Ah merde, putain. Pas de caisse.
whole damn tower.
I would need access to the damage control systems.
You're crossing to Likasi Tower. Enemy territory.
We have lost contact with Blue Team.
Listen.
Ah putain, bâtard.
Watch the eggs.
Ah, les 9-9, ça y est.
Reed, give me a sit rep.
Hors de question que je les laisse éclore. Hein.
Double time, people.
Rien ne va pas être loin. Oh putain. Je les déteste. J'avais pas vu les... Putain d'œuf. Merde, y'en a un qui se fait couler. Non, y'a rien d'intéressant. Tirons-nous de là. Ça respawn à l'infini. Ça c'est pas marrant. Ah les gars, on se tire. Ah là là, ça y est, on est au cœur.
You have reached the outer hive.
On va pas être content qu'on mette ses œufs.
Keep tight. Don't let them catch nobody alone. Damage control room's just ahead.
Merde.
That's what Esther needs.
Assistance required.
On n'a pas fait un pas qu'on est déjà dans la merde. C'est dingue, ça arrête pas de respawner. Ils ont eu la main lourde hein, sur le respawn.
Lock this shithole down. Esther, you're in charge now.
Ah, et soit ils traînent trop derrière, soit ils prennent trop d'armes. 2B compris. Ah, des mules, enfin.
Please install a wireless repeater on that console. That will allow me to override the system. This is certain to rouse idle xenomorphs.
On peut se balader sans qu'il nous tombe dessus. On va déjà faire un peu le ménage.
Rearming. Sentry's ready to go. Now we're talking.
Initiating door overrides. Subdeck 5 through deck 35.
Xeno Warrior!
Grabbing ammo.
Heads up! Xeno Spitter!
Rearming. Grabbing ammo.
Doors sealed and locked. I need you to access the HVAC system
C'est
now.
pas fini. Faudrait que ça s'arrête. Ah merde, il y a une acte 2. Ok.
Gun ready.
Thank you. I will isolate the air ducts by deck. Expect more xenomorphs to be roused by this.
C'est en deck.
All right, beat kits.
Warrior, headed to you!
Rearming.
All sub-levels have been isolated. Maintain vigilance.
Assistance required.
Grabbing ammo.
Ducts sealed up to deck 15.
merde.
I see a very large signal.
Size of a goddamn truck.
Is isolated.
God, make sure you got a full kit. Be ready for swarms, eggs, and trucks with teeth.
We are now officially on search and rescue. Blue team made it through Katanga's last security since, but once they reached the Xeno Hive, they dropped out of radio contact. You're going in to find them.
Look, flares on the deck. Follow them. Molina's blue fire team passed this way.
Donne pas envie de passer ses vacances ici. Hein.
Hear that?
They could come from any direction. So, be paranoid. If you see something, shoot something.
C'est sûr qu'on va pas attendre. Hein. Trace de sang.
There's gonna be a ton of eggs in here.
Ambush.
Il est où?
Rearming. Grabbing ammo.
Ça va pas s'arrêter de revenir. Hein.
Clear. Keep moving.
Rearming.
Pas utiliser trop de vie. Hein. Rose.
Door's welded. Cut it.
I'll cut this one.
We know Blue Fireteam went this way.
Oh putain. J'ai vu la tête passer.
Strong signals from below.
Ah là là. On se rapproche du cœur du merdier. Hein.
New signal. Watch its attacks.
Ouais, ça capte moins. Hein.
You got anything?
Katanga's critical systems are on the lower decks. If the blue fire team continued to pursue their objective, they would have laid below.
Descendant.
They're coming down the wall. Keep bleeding these pendejos while they burn a hole at the bottom of the hull?
Unlikely. Hive resin is acid resistant.
Voilà. Il est où mon pote là? J'ai besoin de tout le monde là.
There is a PDT nearby.
Eyes front!
On va nettoyer la zone.
Private Mamani. Grab his tags. Dios te bendiga. Big bug!
Grabbing ammo.
They just keep throwing bodies at you, you know?
Les gars, on avance.
Flares go across the catwalks. Keep on them.
Je vais jamais choper autant d'intel. Hein.
Console nearby is active. Please patch me in.
Tu penses, ça va. Ça va être la fête à mémé dans 2 secondes.
Assistance required.
Des merdes. Ils sont vraiment tombés dessus de manière vicieuse. Hein.
Sentry gun ready. Mine is ready to go.
Allez.
Rearming.
Bypassing deck.
Accessing. Stand by.
Pire endroit pour attendre.
Hold off the Xenos!
Grabbing ammo.
Dorian, inbound!
Faites rien la vache, c'est la taille au-dessus encore.
Rearming. Grabbing ammo.
Bypassing deck. Assistance required. Bypassing deck.
Rearming.
Priority target!
Ah, c'est qu'un guerrier.
Assistance required.
Grabbing ammo.
Bypassing deck.
Analysis complete. Blue team used this console to disable the capacitor safeties.
They're still in the fight. They'd be headed to the core lift next.
C'est marrant parce que avant le guerrier c'était le truc le plus badass, maintenant on a encore monté d'un coup. Ça ressemblait presque à une arène d'ailleurs.
Another way!
Peut-être.
Fireteam, are you out there?
Get back.
One door's welded. Blue team went that way. Cut it.
I'll cut it.
Watch your ass!
AT. Close.
Lena, we hear you, we're close! One clip!
Merde.
Bit of blood!
Private Brzezinski. Dios te guarde.
Allez, ça suffit là. Ça fait 2 fois qu'il se pointe lui. Enfoiré, j'étais bien en vie.
Jag and Fireteam.
J'ai plus de balles.
I have a return on the final PDT.
Ce qu'on fait depuis tout à l'heure. Non, sérieux, j'ai fait une roulade arrière. C'est abusé. Franchement. On doit pouvoir se tenir au chaud ici. Hein.
Mine is prepped.
Tourelle.
Let's rock.
You were so close. One fucking hallway.
From above! On the deck! Hammer them down! Keep fucking fog!
Super. Quelle merde. Utiliser mon spécial trop tôt.
Hoorah, asshole!
Bypassing deck.
Grabbing ammo.
¡Vete a la mierda!
Rearming.
Voilà, ça arrive.
One's big and pig!
Mine is ready to go.
En fait rien.
Assistance required.
la restreindre. Caché.
Fireteam, we got updated orders. With Blue Team down, we're taking over point on this op. You're going to scuttle this fucking shitbox. You put the core in an override loop. That means going all the way to the bottom.
Ça
the
va être
heart
chaud.
of the nest.
Je pense qu'on va rencontrer la reine.
The Xenos took out the entire Blue Fire team. Their mission falls to us. You're going into the heart of the hive to rig the refinery for detonation. That will take out the Xeno Queen, her entire brood, and you if you don't move fast.
Régicide.
You're gonna put the refinery into overload state. You need to do that from process control. It's at the base of Likasi's core.
That is likely near the Xenomorph Queen.
On peut sortir de n'importe où hein, avec ce décor.
Forget to watch for eggs.
Et le 9. C'est du pack mais... Ils sont bien là. Alors dans les armes lourdes, il y a un lance-flamme et un lance-roquette. Un lance-flamme, ça doit être quelque chose. Ah, derrière, ça... Ça attaque le collègue. Les œufs là-haut.
Incoming, both sides! Cover each other. Before you enter the core, we'll restore the auxiliary lift. Be your egress. Self-destruct won't give much time.
Le temps d'éclore les petits pépères.
Prowler.
Allez. C'est lui qui a éclos. derrière. Casse-pied, hein. Plus ça va, plus il y a de fin.
Door head's locked. There's an active terminal. Try it. Bugs built a wall over the console. Great.
Assistance required.
Ça va popper de partout. Je touche à la commande. Putain, merde. Salaud. J'ai voulu s'accoupler, mais j'étais pas consentant. Prétorien, xénomorphe. Je fais des infos sur, pour l'instant, le plus gros salopard qu'on ait eu à affronter. On a fait le tour. Je pense qu'on est prêt à faire la guerre.
Console's busted. New plan. You cut through the door. Movement! Xenos first, then door!
Moyen.
Grabbing ammo.
Now get that door cut. You're nearly to the elevator.
Rearming.
La dernière fois, on n'a pas trop usé de vie, tant mieux. Voilà.
I'll cut this one.
Mon Dieu que c'est long. Nous enquiller.
We're in the ass end of nowhere, but you pull this off, bet they'll put you on recruiting posters.
Normalement ils aiment pas trop qu'on touche à leurs œufs. Hein.
Don't charge the door, they ambush. Careful.
Grabbing ammo.
Oh merde. J'avais pas vu les autres. On va rester là. Putain comment il m'a... Il m'a chargé le bâtard.
Rearming. Grabbing ammo. Rearming. Grabbing ammo.
There's another drone.
Putain. Oh, je déteste quand il y en a un comme ça qui traînasse.
Ambush.
Qu'est-ce qui se plante?
The aux elevator. Get it powered up. After you start the overload, this will be your evac route.
Rearming.
Par l'ascenseur.
Rally outside the core. We'll brief on the scuttle procedure.
Je vais se cacher là-dedans, moi. Ouais. Attendre qu'ils arrivent. Il y a au moins 2-3 xénos là qui... venir pour aller chercher.
Grabbing ammo.
Il y a bien beaucoup d'œufs.
Don't look at their faces. It's easier if you don't.
Some are life forms from LV-895, brought up by Cynthia.
J'ai déjà plus de balles en réserve. Petit salopard.
Rearming.
C'est assez haut pour faire passer une reine. On sent la pression qui est en train de monter. Là, là c'est plus petit. On se sent plus rassuré. Ah là là. Le feu, tout ça. Alors le jeu manque un peu de cinématique, ça aurait été sympa une cinématique où on se rapproche de la personne et se met à parler, et puis bah, la suite vous la connaissez hein. Quel petit qui sortent. Hein. Qui toi? Ça pue à beaucoup de balles.
While we brief you.
Bonne partie.
Fireteam, this is Colonel Ship. There are 3 systems you'll disable. Esther will guide you through the process. When all 3 systems are down, the reactor will build up to overload. You'll have about 2 minutes to reach that elevator you fixed. Get it done. Get home. That is all.
The lift will express you down to subdeck 5. We'll be waiting to evac you there.
I'll cut this one.
When you're ready, breach the door. survived everything up to this. Finish it.
C'est des petits œufs qui en bas là.
Grabbing ammo.
Y a bien beaucoup de kits de soins. Putain.
Thought that catwalk looked unstable. You'll egress by a different route.
I am analyzing the control systems. Stand by. Please, disable the safety limiters on the Kasi Core's auger.
Ok. Y a des trucs de musique.
Patching up. All right, 8 kicks. Sentry gun ready.
J'espère que tout va se passer ici.
Sentry deployed.
On va visiter un peu. Ouais, c'est assez enfermé. Bon, j'espère que tout se passera là. Je mets... je fous le paquet.
Sentry gun ready.
Parti.
Watch your flanks!
Oh putain, je l'ai pas vu arriver. Je me mets pas des murs. Il y a un gros qui arrive.
Get them in a crossfire!
Bon, il y a... Bien.
Grabbing ammo.
Si tout le monde s'y met, ça va pas durer trop longtemps pour les fumer. Ça sert à rien.
Please reroute the coolant away from the refinery core.
Rearming.
You got this!
Les tourelles sont encore présentes ou... Putain. Ouais, il n'y a plus de tourelles. Hein. L'habiter le couteau pour finir.
Press the button marked Shakti Excess.
Attends, c'est celui-là. Il va me temps que ça se termine. Hein.
Back to the elevator, move!
Évacué. Oula. C'est la queenasse. J'ai l'impression qu'on peut pas lui faire de dégâts. Essayer de rester. Je suis déçu, je l'aurais bien pété sa gueule. Ah là là. C'est bon. Là. Ah la garce. Et jusqu'au bout elle va venir. Cette seconde, putain. Ah, encore là. Et j'aurais pas dû essayer de la combattre. J'ai perdu du temps. Ascenseur. Waouh. Ah, c'est dommage qu'il nous ait pas donné l'opportunité de lui casser sa tronche. Ça aurait été rigolo quand même. Oula, ouais, il y a du monde, hein. Faut dire que des intel, on en a eu. On va débriefer tout de suite avec le boss.
Hey, I'm hearing scuttlebutt around the squad bay. Talk that maybe Colonel Ship took this too far. We could have quarantined Katanga, right? Called in more ships? Listen, the Colonel knows about everything people know about Xenos. How they react, how their guts work. She knew that before she joined the Corps. When she was a teenager, she survived a Xeno outbreak. Little outlier colony. You would never heard of it. One thing she'll always hold to. God, I don't know all the details, and you know what? It ain't my place to ask, but I do know she got a twin sister, Viola. Also, the ship went into a goddamn hive to rescue her. That's how she learned some of the shit she know about Xenos, watching close range from inside. Maybe, but by the time a battle group got here, Weyland-Yutani would have their people in system. Executives and dog catcher teams, mercenaries and lawyers. They find something to cite that the Colonel don't got authority to override, Colonial Protection Act or not. Then they swagger aboard Katanga or land on LV-895 and fuck it all up real good. Xenos find ways. They hide, go where humans can't. Tight spaces, vacuum, deep cold. Wait for their chance. Come when you ain't looking. And don't expect them. But just don't go bringing it up with herself. Tu sabe? Colonels ain't in the habit of explaining themselves to grunts. Yo, it's just between you and me. You found old dog tags on Katanga. Shit. Rumor control. This don't go beyond you and me. Comprendo? The Corporal Olivia Ship, who owned these dog tags, that's our colonel. Some 20 years back, her unit responded to a Xeno outbreak at a Seegson colony. The survivors evac to an orbital refinery, Katanga, but the bugs came with. Shit went bad. A civilian with a grudge took control of the refinery. The rescue dropships got wasted, and Ship had to leave survivors through the station to the hangars. A lot of people got killed. Civvies and Ship's team. The bad guy herded them into Xeno ambushes, ground them up in the works. Now, Ship don't talk about how it ended, even with me. And I served 2 tours with her now. So don't you go asking her nothing.
What did you find over there? Parliamentary solicit... This has to be from the Three-World Empire. Whoever Weyland-Yutani had running security on Katanga must have been lining up their next contract. The 3WE has a smaller military than they need. Every year, the Solar Parliament says they're going to expand recruitment. Every year, it gets tied up in committees. And every year, they end up paying twice as much for private military contractors from Weyland-Yutani. They love bureaucracy over there. You blend the UK, Japan, and Europe, mix in technocrats from Titan and executives from Mars. About all they have in common is love of paperwork.
Somebody printed a Hyperdyne Systems weapon brochure. On paper. Hyperdyne's whole damn business is based on virtual sales. They don't manufacture anything. They sell licenses for fabrication blueprints and ballistics software. When you order, they send a bunch of files over Hyperpulse. You load them into your own fabricator and hit print. Look, I know Hyperdyne is technically the enemy. They design small arms for the Union of Progressive Peoples. But they know how to run a business. Few colonies in the Hyades had heavy industry, and they were short on freighters. But every outpost had general-purpose commercial fabricators. Hyperdyne knows where the wind's blowing. That's how they survived as a UPP state enterprise when other Hyades megacorps got nationalized.
On peut les voir là-haut.
We told you that 25 years ago, Katanga was falsely reported destroyed. In 2175, Seegson had moved it to the Mid-Rim. 2 years later, the colony it serviced was overrun by xenomorphs. Survivors fled to Katanga, where the infestation spread. Colonial Marines responded to their distress call. It was the Marines who claimed Katanga was scuttled. A senior staff officer on site conspired to hand the young hive over to Weyland-Yutani. Sadly, yes. General Delilah Vaughn, one of the conspirators responsible for the Frontier War in 2184. Before her disgrace, she rose to Assistant Commandant of the Corps. Colonial Marine officers conspired with Weyland-Yutani executives to provoke a war between the United Americas and the Union of Progressive Peoples. The generals wanted a decisive war after decades of proxy conflicts and containment. Weyland-Yutani merely wanted to drive arms sales. The Colonial Protection Act was passed to prevent such things from happening again, and Commissars was initially formed to monitor outside influences on the Corps. There were no reported sightings, not in any star system visited by humans, and not recorded by any vessel in transit. Most likely, Weyland-Yutani moved Katanga to a location in deep space, far off the shipping lanes. They used it as an ant farm to breed experimental stock. When the company wanted to accelerate their experiments at Paula Station, they moved it here. Seegson reported something unusual on the far side of the planet from their settlement. It became the focus of the entire colony's efforts. The xenomorph outbreak began at that remote site and spread back to the main complex. The colonists ultimately abandoned the surface and fled to Katanga. Some evacuees proved to be infected and the infestation flared up again. There was discord among the survivors, unspecified personal grievances. A few deaths were involved. Forgive us if we don't identify the system. It's classified. The planet had suffered a global extinction event around 80 years previous. It was nearly devoid of animal life. Biomes had begun to collapse for lack of pollination. Acidic soil and water were spreading, and the atmosphere was growing over-oxygenated, which made it perfect for the mass importation of Earth livestock. Judging by the embryo gene lines in their cargo manifests, the colony hoped to become known for its steaks. If you wish to review, we're always available. No need to warn us ahead of time. We have your schedule.
Il a encore des trucs à dire, hein?
Ah, a corporate intelligence report. Recent border activity by the Union of Progressive Peoples, a subject of concern to commissars as well. The UPP has been a rival of the United Americas and our nominal allies in the Three-World Empire for much of the last century. There are frequent confrontations with the UPP's space operating forces. Things were more contained before the hiatus revolts of the 50s and 60s. Lack of attention to corporate abuses in the colonies drove many to embrace the UPP's anti-capitalist sentiments. To summarize the current balance of power, we enjoy the most robust industry. Our 3WE allies possess the finest technology, but the UPP has the largest population base. Most Marines refer to UPP forces as proggies. They often call us corporatists.
Okay.
Under my authority as delegated by the Secretary of the Navy, I have awarded you the Expeditionary Service Ribbon for heroic service. Upon loss of contact with a Marine unit, you advanced into a xenomorph hive and confirmed the status of 3 MIAs. You then completed their mission, resulting in the destruction of said hive.
Donc si des fois c'était en rapport avec la collecte d'objets ou de collectibles qu'on a récupérés sur le terrain, là c'est vraiment directement lié au fait qu'on ait terminé la mission.
Your boldness and dedication are in keeping with the finest traditions of the Colonial Marine Corps and United America's Armed Services. Given this day, in May 2202, Colonel Olivia Shipp, Commanding Officer, 33rd Marine Regiment, 11th Marine Division. Some things don't belong in official reports. Katanga has been a stain on the honor of the Corps for years. If you haven't heard the details yet, don't worry about it. I'll just say I'm personally glad to see the place blown to hell. Report to Lieutenant Santos for debriefing. Dismissed.
hé. Difficulté extrême. Difficulté cauchemardesque.
You scanned a xenomorph organ? Show me your data. Acid spray gland. Relatively intact. I'll give this a good review later. Spitters are interesting. Most forms of xenomorph charge and attack with claws and striking teeth. These things deliberately keep their distance. They have claws and teeth, and they'll use them if you're stupid enough to get close. Mostly they spray acid, like terrestrial oogpeister beetles or spitting cobras. I've seen reports of ranges up to 25 meters. I'm damn curious to know what these things breed out of. We've seen spitters before, but not often. And this head shape is unique. They must come from something native to LV-895.
Faut regarder Prometheus si on veut savoir les origines.
Marine, I heard you found damaged armor aboard Katanga. Huh. That didn't just get sprayed with acid. It got soaked in a puddle. Probably from the corpse of a burster. There's a rich history of poisonous critters on Earth. Dart frogs, rough-skinned newts, the blue-ringed octopus. If a predator takes a bite, they die. Xenobursters take you don't dare kill it to a new level. Subcutaneous, high-pressure acid bladders that burst on death. It's a perfect example of xenomorph survival strategy. Doesn't matter if an individual dies, so long as the hive continues. When a burster's killed, it harms the hive's enemies, so they charge in, suicidally close. This is a morph we haven't seen before. It must come out of some species native to LV-895. I can't wait to see what that is. Oof. Is that smell you, Marine? You must have run into xenoshedding. You get a scan? Look at that. Not from a chest burster. It's way too big. Has to be from a Praetorian. When a xenohive gets big, around 300 individuals, the queen secretes royal jelly. They feed it to adult drones, and it triggers a second-stage metamorphosis. I don't think we know what that process looks like. Maybe they spin a cocoon. I'd love to know. Anyway, what comes out is a Praetorian, nearly as large as a queen. Mean as hell. They've got a head plate that's nearly impenetrable. They use it as a shield and for ramming attacks. Praetorians guard the queen and the deepest levels of the nest. They don't leave often. Good data, but you might want to hit the showers.
Hey, aside from Esther, I think you're the one I've spent the most time with. It was all running and shooting and screaming, but that's time. Right? Look, one of the Paula station crew was a spy for Hyperdyne Systems. We never found out what he sent off station. Maybe his handlers know all about the pathogen and the xenomorph outbreak. They could be on their way here now. Well, Weyland-Yutani used to own Hyperdyne, but now they're competitors, especially on the frontier. No government's claimed any of these systems. They're both dropping colonies all over, trying to beat each other to the best planets. And besides that, I mean, Hyperdyne's a big defense contractor for the UPP, right? Shouldn't we be worried about this starting a war between them and us? The pathogen could be a terrible weapon. Weyland was just trying to make better xenomorphs with it, but you could just drop it. Dump it in a water supply. There's enough down there to wipe out every human colony. Weyland-Yutani's got to be on their way here. If Hyperdyne is too, things could get real bad for everyone caught in the middle. I know you've got things to deal with right now. I'm just worried about what happens next.
Ça va être le mot de la fin là normalement.
Bada bangs. Guess we can't call you Boot no more, huh? Hell of a deployment. We found shit Weyland-Yutani spent a lot of time and money hiding. Ruins left by aliens that look like us. An orbital refinery used as a Xeno breeding farm. And a lab using tech from the ruins on Xenos from the refinery. We still gotta secure LV-895 and the alien ruins. There's Xenos and mutants running loose down there. Normally, we carpet nuke the place. Ruins be damned, but Doc Hanukkah says that can make things worse. Spray that pathogen shit all over the damn moon. Near term, we're gonna hold orbit. Keep this shit locked down. I'll bet my ample Marine paycheck they're on their way here right now. They'll send military contractors, dog catcher units, lawyers. Maybe they'll talk, maybe they'll just start shooting. But that ain't all we gotta worry about. Doc Hanukkah says some rival company to Weyland-Yutani sabotaged Palace Station. Whoever that was, if they heard his mayday, they might be on their way here too. Shit's gonna get real interesting around here.
Bien, on a été voir tout le monde. Alors une fois qu'on a terminé le dernier chapitre, le dernier volet de mission, qu'on a discuté avec tout le monde, faut vraiment parler avec tout le monde, en tout cas les discussions en rapport avec la mission principale, et on a enfin accès au mode Horde. Qu'est-ce que ça nous dit? Repousser des vagues de plus en plus nombreuses de xénomorphes tout en gagnant des récompenses. Combien de temps votre escouade survivra-t-elle? Ouais, il faut faire un maximum de rounds pour gagner de l'XP. Puis forcément, à un moment donné, on va mourir. Bon, je l'ai testé, le principe est sympa, mais il n'y a rien de révolutionnaire, il n'y a aucune surprise. Et grosso modo, niveau XP, que vous fassiez ce type de mode ou que vous fassiez des missions, c'est à peu près kiff-kiff, sauf que là en fait vous allez avoir des hordes et des hordes avec des ennemis toujours plus gros, toujours plus difficiles qui vont arriver. Ça peut être un bon moyen un petit peu de se tester face à un certain niveau de difficulté avant de se lancer dans une mission. Non, on aurait pu se dire que comme on le débloquait vraiment à la fin du jeu, il allait y avoir un petit truc en plus. Bon, après je l'ai testé qu'une fois, donc ça reste qu'une première impression, bien mais sans plus. Et ben voilà qui va terminer cette série sur ce Alien. Alors grosso modo, parce que j'ai dit, je crois que c'était après ma première vidéo, un jeu sympa, pas ouf, que ce soit sur l'aspect visuel du jeu ou autre, c'est pas, encore une fois, c'est pas un AAA, c'est pas son positionnement, peut-être que son prix idéal par rapport à sa durée de vie, si on n'a pas l'intention comme un World War Z de jouer et rejouer pour améliorer notre personnage, son prix pour moi oscillerait entre 20 et 30 € par rapport au temps à y passer. Vous l'avez vu, il y a 4 gros épisodes, il y a entre 1 heure et 2 heures de jeu en fonction de comment on joue par niveau. Moi j'ai pris beaucoup de plaisir parce que j'adore Alien, j'adore l'univers Alien. Encore une fois, franchement quand on aime Aliens le retour et la série Prometheus, on retrouve dans le jeu énormément de décors et l'ambiance de ces deux films et deux séries. Moi franchement j'ai bien aimé. Après encore une fois, moi je vous le conseille soit à prix réduit, soit vraiment si vous êtes un fan d'Alien et un fan de shooter. Voilà, on s'arrête là-dessus. Moi je vous dis suite pour un prochain jeu. À très vite.